everyone. Happy Monday, June 3rd, 2019. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. School is almost done. I have this week and then next week of classes, and then the week after that is exams, and then students don't have to come to class for after exams. I won't see the boys at all this week. They are presently out camping in the wilderness. So they left last night and they're there today, tomorrow, and then they come back Wednesday evening. I'm gone starting Wednesday. I'm out of the classroom. I am at a divisional event on Wednesday. And then Thursday, Friday are my personal days, and I'm off to Minneapolis. I am going to do a video for that, so stay tuned for that. So it's just me and my girls today. I might see some of the boys that did not go to camp, but we'll see if they show up today. So I will see the girls today. I'm going off to Starbucks to get some coffee. As you can see, the voice is back. It's still a little hoarse, but that's because I probably really did some damage when I had a laryngitis and I was talking. Yeah, but I'm feeling great. I'm just dealing with allergies right now. Went to Pride yesterday, had a lot of fun at Pride. Got to walk in Pride, walked away without a sunburn. Thank you very much. I'm going to give a shout out to Kiehl's. Kiehl's Ultra Moisturizing Face Cream with SPF 30 plus sunscreen, because, you know, I might be mixed. Might be, Métis, but the European genes are strong and I burn, I don't tan. Pride yesterday, walked in it. It was a lot of fun. I always enjoy myself when I go to Pride. Just being able to do that and show that there is so much more love than there is hate. So if you ever have an opportunity to walk in a Pride festival, go do it. It's a lot of fun. And we came home right after because in September I injured my back and I can't really walk long distances. I managed to walk almost 6 kilometers, which is great. But by the end of the parade, my legs were starting to slow down because of my lower back injury. So we came home after the parade, didn't stick around for the festivities, and that's okay. And then, got doing some work. I didn't get to the marking part. I'm going to stay after school today and do the marking. But other than that, it was a really great, enjoyable day yesterday. The weather cooperated. Skies look very cloudy right now, so I think it's going to rain. Apparently it's going to thunderstorm this afternoon. So yeah, let me go get some coffee and then I'll come back on and tell you what we're doing today in class. Hello friends, happy Tuesday, June 4th, 2019. Today is my last working day this week. I'll be back next week. Today's my last day in the classroom for this week. I have an event to go to tomorrow all day, and then Thursday, Friday, I'm not here. I'm in Minneapolis. So, excuse me for 1 minute. Allergies, man, I'm telling you. It's insane. Yeah, so Thursday morning, about this time I should just be getting into Minneapolis. So, here's what we did yesterday. I introduced my students in Reading is Thinking to their final assignment. It is a self-regulated reflection piece. So they're working on the Circle of Courage. Circle of Courage is a philosophy that was created by Dr. Martin Brokenleg, who believes that in order for Indigenous youth to not survive, but to succeed, there needs to be 4 things that they have to accomplish first before they become successful. And he introduced this model to Indigenous youth, male youths that are incarcerated. And it now goes beyond incarcerated youth. I use it in my classroom as classroom management and as a whole. So I introduced it at the beginning of the year, and we work on the circle of courage, and some of them can't finish it just quite yet or fill it in yet. So now we've revisited it. So there are 4 quadrants. It's based on the medicine wheel. First quadrant is belonging. In order to be successful, you need to feel like you belong somewhere: school, home, your community, etc. Next is mastery. You need to feel like you have mastered something. So the way we look at it here in the classroom is math, science, reading is thinking, and social studies. Also, is there anything else in the school that you have mastered? Independence, getting to school on time, being responsible for your homework, so submitting that in on time, self-regulation. Self-regulation can also go for mastery. And then finally, generosity. How have you put others before yourself? So how have you learned to give back? So this year the grade 9s did the spring feast. They served the community, so the community came to the school, they served lunch. And we're also going to be making a donation to Bear Clan this week. If you don't know who Bear Clan is, they are a wonderful organization that patrols the streets of the North End. They've also moved into central Winnipeg and the West End. And I believe there's outfits in Thunder Bay, Saskatchewan, and northern Manitoba. I'll leave some information down below. And really, since they have come back, Bear Clan has been around for a long time. They were in this community when I was a kid, and then it fizzled out. But a wonderful man by the name of James Favel brought Bear Clan back because the North End was starting to fall apart with gangs and drugs and violence. And he was tired of seeing that, so he wanted to do something about it. And he brought the Bear Clan back. There's also Mama Bear Clan, which is really fantastic, another fantastic patrol group. So they patrol the North End, Central, and West End, and there's also Broadway as well. And they clean up. They have cleaned up, I believe the number is 30,000 hypodermic needles in the city alone. Meth is becoming a big issue here in Winnipeg, as it is across North America. So they clean up the needles. They make sure that people are safe, that there's no violence, and it's really, really working. I feel that it's working. So we're going to be giving supplies to Bear Clan to help them. They also have what's called the Bear Den, which is just down the street from here. People can come in and eat and have a cup of coffee and just a place to relax and get away and be safe. And they're running low on supplies, so we're going to give them some coffee next week. A bio poem, so I showed them how to do that. Some of them are actually working on that first, because what they're going to do is they're going to turn that poem into a paragraph, and then they're going to have a picture attached to it, and that's going to be a part of their display. Then they have to write a letter to themselves. It could be a letter that they write today or during the next couple of days to look back on their school year, or it's a letter to their future self. I actually found their letter to their future selves in here, some of them, so I'm going to give them back to them. What else? They have to write a letter to me, and that can be a reflection. They can, tell me what they needed, maybe something that I missed, something that I did right, So that's when reading is thinking. In math, they're doing what I had to do in grade 12 for my final exam. It was weird how they did it. They had to pick 3 pieces from the whole entire year. 2 that they found fairly easy or challenged them in a good way, and then the third piece is one that they struggled with, and then they have a series of questions that they need to respond to. So they're working on that. They did that yesterday, today, and it's due Thursday to finish it. I don't have boys group because they're out camping. I actually had one student who didn't go camping. He is not going to be here because it's Eid, so he is out celebrating. He came to me yesterday and said, I'm probably going to be away for the whole week. I'm like, that's fine. That is your holiday. You go celebrate. If we can have, Christmas off 2 weeks at Christmas for a Christian holiday, dude, you can take a week off for Eid because that is your culture and your holiday. So he's out doing that. So if I don't have any students, there are a couple of boys who didn't go camping. So if they come here, I'm going to get them caught up. But if not, it's a prep. I'm actually working on my interactive notebook for tomorrow. This morning I just wrote down like little notes in the corner, like what each page is going to be. So this is how they're going to do work. They're still going to do worksheets, but all their notes and examples are going to be in here. So what I'm going to work on, I have some stuff I need to mark. And then in science, it's a catch-up period. Tomorrow, the whole school is out on a field trip. And then Thursday morning, they have instructions with what to do. Back on Monday next week, it is review for exam, because the week after next is exam. So I am going to give them specific notes to help them. So I've got my sub plans for Wednesday. The only thing we're doing tomorrow is the field trip. Excuse me. And then there's plans in here for Thursday and Friday. And then here's all the work that the sub will need for Thursday and Friday. I have left notes for Thursday. The substitute will write on the board what's going on. So as you can see, for Friday. So as you can see for Thursday, reading is thinking, they're continuing with their assignment, making sure they're on topic. Math, it's their final day to work on the reflection, which is this. The boys, in boys math, it's actually a pipe ceremony, awards day / feast. And then science, there's activities in the afternoon, so they have to check in with the substitute for attendance. And then they have to pick like an activity. So there's nutrition bingo, student staff baseball tournament in the field, weather permitting, if it's raining, volleyball and hockey, games, movie, skirt making, and that's traditional indigenous skirts. And you have to pick one and you can't be on the second floor wandering. So here's their math assignment. So they have to choose 3 pieces of work from this year, 2 that you found relatively easy or challenging in a good way, and 1 that you found difficult. And then check the hand back bin for any work. So we are very lucky at this school to have a teacher who is married to a gentleman named Wilfred Buck. He is a Cree educator who teaches science, and he has a planetarium, a portable inflatable planetarium, and he teaches you about astronomy and space through the Cree perspective. So he'll tell you all the different words in Cree. So he actually wrote a book, Night Sky Stories. So he talks about the different stars. So we have the dog stars, which is the Little Dipper. So the stars in the handle of the Little Dipper, and they tell you like it's the 3 dogs, and then he tells you the story. So then he tells you about the goose, the turtle, the rattle, the star people, the great bear, the birds that chase the bear. So he just goes on and on and on and on. And it's really great. So I had funding, and I purchased 25 books. So I'm going to have 20 in my classroom as readers. Well, I'm going to have all of them in my classroom, but I have 5 available for every other teacher that would like to use it. So yeah, so that came today. I'm super excited. Because people are still sleeping. It is almost 3 o'clock in the morning, Thursday morning, June 6th. I am getting ready to go to the airport because I have to be there for 4:30. I've already checked in. I just need to get my It's almost 12. I'm in Minneapolis. I'm in the Twin Cities. Just left my cousin's school. Of course, a teacher who gets 2 days off, the most logical thing is to go to a school. So I did. I brought them a book as a gift, and I brought them Canadian pencils, like it says Canada on it. And I got to meet them, and I got hugs, and 2 of them want me to stay here in St. Paul and teach, which is very nice. It always makes you feel here. I got in about, my flight arrived earlier, like it was on time, but it arrived early. And then it literally takes you a while to get through the terminal to baggage check. Then I had to wait for someone to come get me from the car place. I got my car. I'm in a Kia Rio. Now I used to drive in a car like this. It's so high up, but I like it. The air conditioner's on because it's freaking hot here. My ear is still popped. I got to yawn it hasn't popped yet. Flying was great. The flight here was great. I flew was, when did I fly last? 28 years ago. Yeah, really. January 1991 to Disney World. The flight was great. Of course, ears popped a couple of times, and then on the descent, oh my gosh, they hurt so bad on the way down, but that's because I still have allergies, so it was a little bad. So I'm actually going to go back to the house. I need to get lunch. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm probably going to go get something from Cane's, because I'm not eating Chipotle, because I'm going out tonight with my aunt. We're going to have some Mexican tonight, Mexican food. So I'm going to go and, yeah. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, June 7th, 2019. It's the day of the graduation. Last night my aunt came and picked me up, and we went out to El Azteca for some Mexican food. Now, it's really hard to find authentic Mexican food in Winnipeg. Like, really, really hard. But managed to find them down here. Went out, I had a taco, a chimichanga, no, not a chimichanga, an enchilada, and something else, and it was really good. So I had my Mexican fix. I love tacos so very much. Basically, I came home and then went to bed because I was so tired. I'm going off to Mall of America. First, I'm going to go to Target because Mall of America doesn't open for another half hour. I'm going to go to Target, then Mall of America, because I'm going to Wahlburgers, cha-cha-cha. Going to Wahlburgers, and then I'm going to go pick up cheesecake for my friend's business. So I got to get going because, you know, it's going to be a busy day, and I got to come back here and get ready for the graduation, and then it's graduation, and then we're going out for dinner. So let's get going. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday, June 10th, 2019. I am back. Our plane touched down at 11:45 this morning. It was one of the fastest flights I've ever been on. So from here to Minneapolis, it's about an hour and 45 minutes. Well, that's what they said on the itinerary. But when we left Winnipeg and got to Minneapolis, it was a total of 58 minutes. And then last night our flight was delayed because it was a completely sold out flight and they needed volunteers to check more bags. So there was a little bit of delay. We didn't taxi until our flight was supposed to leave at 10:25. I got on the airplane at when I passed the sign in the little thing that you walk through to get your plane, so the plane was leaving in 9 minutes. So we actually got out on the tarmac and taxied. This is when we were actually waiting to take off at 11 o'clock. And then we got back at 11:45. And I know this because I sent a message to my mom saying I'm home, and I was still on the plane. So yeah, we got in at 11:45. And then I went through customs because you don't clear cut. When you go from here to the U.S. flying, you clear U.S. customs here. But when you're flying from the U.S. back into Canada, you clear customs in Canada. Excuse me. So I had to go through customs. That was all good. I didn't have a lot to declare. So it was a simple and easy process. I got home, talked to my mom for a bit, and I went to bed, and I was out just like that. So I'm a little tired this morning. I have my venti coffee. It's review today, so it's okay. I hope you enjoy it. You have enjoyed it. I'm going to attach this to the video because I'm just way too busy this week to do any kind of video for you. We are wrapping up the end of the school year. This week is all prep. Next week are exams. And then once the grading is all done, I have to get ready for the next school year. And I need to clean up my classroom and organize it and make sure that everything is ready for the custodians to come in over the summer. I need to get rid of a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to get going into the school. And thank you so much for watching my video. I had a lot of fun in Minneapolis. The plane ride, we had turbulence on the way back, a lot of turbulence coming down, and it was But anyways, it was great. I'm so glad I chose to fly instead of driving because I would have had to miss the party yesterday. And that was a lot of fun. So, excuse me. Oh, my throat is very dry. So just saving, my sanity by flying instead of driving was perfect. And now I'm going to be doing this again in 3 years when my cousin's youngest graduates. So I'm going to go in, have a lovely week. If I don't do any videos to the end of the school year, probably won't because I'm going to be busy. We'll see. Have a lovely, lovely couple of weeks left with your students. Have a great summer. I don't plan to do any videos during the summer, so I'll see you in September. And teachers, enjoy your summer break. We deserve it. I'm not teaching summer school this year, so I'm totally going to enjoy it. So have a great summer, and we'll catch you in September.